Hi, now this is question 3, part D for the audio review of the Planning and Control Practitioner practice paper for Agile Project Management Practitioner section. So, in the box on the question information, because this is an assertion reason, we do have some bold information. In this particular case, we're pointing to some additional information. So let's have a look how that's laid out. So here we got evolutionary time box 1. We've got some extract of the requirements to be addressed at the start of this time box, and here we have some requirements 1 to 4, 5, 1 to 5.4. So we've got the requirements, we've got their prioritization, etc., and any linkages between them, and then some text below. Sample stock electronic stock items were exported from the database and tested. Found that all the stock items to be excluded, negated, and not merged successfully. How unusual. So the concerns around that. So let's go look at the questions and see what they relate to, and we'll go back to the particular item if necessary. So, assertion: the PM should have resolved the data compatibility issue with the SDT. Well, as this compatibility issue is should have, and it's along with the SDT, it's their responsibility, not the project manager. So this is a false statement. They're empowered to resolve that themselves. So number 2, the change to exclude requirement 5.21 should be escalated to project level. When we look at 5.21, it is actually a should have, right? So that is not a necessary requirement in that sense. It's only a should have. So there's no need to raise that through the project manager to project level. So that is a false. Number 3, the solution development team can decide that it's appropriate to update business information. Well, business information in the DB, the ambassador is part of that team who can help make that decision, and so therefore that is a true statement. The solution development team should ask the PM to request more funding in order to take several photographs. Well, we do not ask for more funding. This is a false statement. That is just not something that is done in a DSTM Agile project. Number 5, the concern with the cost of photographing all the stock items should be investigated as soon as possible. Absolutely. Issues should always be raised immediately, or at least investigated, not necessarily raised by escalation, but raised and therefore investigated. So that is a true statement. Okay, so let's have a look now at our reasons. The project manager has the responsibility to deal with any issues which may affect the timely delivery of the products. This is certainly very true. Affect the timely delivery of the product is the point, and therefore has the responsibility to deal with those issues. That's a true statement. Omission of any feature will lower the quality of the final product. Remember, fit for purpose quality means delivering the minimum usable subset, the musts. The shoulds and the coulds ought not to be impacting on the quality of the final product. And this is what we're talking about, those features. That missing any of those will not impact it. So the statement is incorrect. Omission of any features, that is not true. You can leave a should and a could, and it will not impact on the final product. At least it ought not to anyway. It won't do. So that's false. The business ambassador can make day-to-day decisions on the project. This is a true statement. In fact, we partly rationalised that looking at the assertion statement. So this is a true statement. The PM should be involved when a budget set by the project's governing body is exceeded. Right. So absolutely needs to be escalated through the project manager. As a little aside, of course, I think this should read, or the situation of the project should be forecasted to be exceeded, right? Here it is exceeded, in which case it's already in a bit of a bad situation. So anyway, whatever the situation, the PM should be involved when the project, in this case, is going to be exceeded, the project's budget. The solution development team should be empowered to handle any change that falls within the agreed scope. Well, that's what we're empowering them to do, within the agreed scope. Usually anything that happens to shoulds and coulds, that's what they're empowered to handle. So yes, they are true statements. Okay, so let's have a look at our answers we've got from here onwards. If we note that the first section we have a false, false, true, false, true. One is therefore false, true, so that would be D. 2, they're both false, that's E. 3 is true, so we'll look at that in a moment. 4 both false and true, so that's a D, and then 5 are both true. So let's look at 3 first. The fact the ambassadors make day-to-day decisions, does that directly explain the fact that the team can decide about updating the business information? And yes, it does, because we already said that the ambassador is part of the team, so that is the letter A. Now, this statement here, solution development team should be empowered to handle changes. This is about managed by exception and empowerment within the team, right? What is happening over in the assertion is about raising an issue straight away. So, as much as they're true, the reason does not explain the assertion at all. Therefore, the answer there is B. So, hopefully you fared fairly well on that, if not extremely well. If you do have any concerns about any of the answers or any of the statements there and why they are true or false, and you got them wrong, then hopefully we've managed to discuss that and explain why it was a right answer or a wrong answer. And if you still have concerns, then obviously please do contact a tutor through the platform if you wish to have further clarification. Thank you.